Oh, hello there, and welcome back to the Eternal Podcast of the Broccoladini. And as we like to say on the show, hail unto our new alien overlords. May they look upon us mercifully. This week on the show, our topic will be 3I Atlas and Oumuamua, Interstellar, Comets, or alien tech. And in the course of this topic, we will discuss 2I Borisov, water ice, outgassing, orbital eccentricity, Harvard physicists, and Hawaii. And with all that on our plate, we might as well get started. On the 19th of October, 2017, the first of 3 interstellar objects was sighted. It was given the designation 1I Oumuamua. Then, on October 12th, 2019, another interstellar traveler shot by and was picked up. This one was given the designation 2I Borisov. And then, this very summer, on July 1st, 2025, the third interstellar object, 3I Atlas, has started to shoot through our inner solar system and has quickly become the Labubu of astronomy. It is moving extremely fast and has an unlikely trajectory that takes it right near most planets in the inner solar system, and it will fly by the sun while the Earth is on the opposite side, barring it from our view. Yes, 3I Atlas, our third interstellar visitor, is showing an orbital eccentricity of just greater than 1. Which means it will shoot into our solar system, dip round the sun, be thrown by the sun's gravity out into interstellar space, never to return to our solar system again. 3I Atlas is the largest of the interstellar visitors so far, at a whopping 7 miles wide. Borisov, by comparison, was only 0.6 miles wide, and Oumuamua only 0.2 miles wide. 3I Atlas is covered with water ice and organic molecules. The water ice on 3I is said to be pristine, and scientists believe it could be 7 billion years old, that being much older than the Earth. 3I is traveling at 130,000 miles per hour. On October 3rd, it will fly by Mars, and at that time, the satellites Maven and Tianwen-1 will take shots of it and assess information. On October 29, 2025, it will skim behind the sun, 1.36 astronomical units away from the photosphere. And at this point, it will accelerate to 152,000 miles per hour. On December 19th, it will fly by the Earth, 170 million miles away, where it will not be visible to the naked eye, but our telescopes will be able to pick up a lot of information. On March 16th, 2026, it will shoot past Jupiter and out of our solar system forever. Avi Loeb, the Harvard astrophysicist, who said that Oumuamua was an alien tech, has popped up again to say the same thing about 3I Atlas. Among his reasoning is that 3I has shown no heavier isotopic fingerprints common to comets, cyanin, and diatonic carbon, being the two most frequent, have not yet been seen on A3I. Avi also cites its near retrograde path that brings it improbably close to most of the inner planets. In fact, he calculates the chance of its trajectory as 0.2 out of 100. However, other scientists point out that it is likely we will see the isotopic fingerprints, cyanogen and diatonic carbon, as the comet draws closer to our sun. But while it is still out in the cold, the lack of these isotopic fingerprints is not a telltale sign of A3I being a non-comet. Other scientists point out that dust jets and a coma are visible on A3I. In any case, we will not know until A3I draws closer to the sun. But so far, it seems as if it may be an ordinary comet. Like 2I Borisov. 2I Borisov passed through our solar system in 2019 at 100,000 miles per hour and showed all signs of being an ordinary comet. Its only unusual feature was outgassing an enormous amount of carbon monoxide while passing by the sun, a much larger amount than usual for a comet. But unlike 3I, which may well be a comet, or at least is showing some signs so far of being a comet, and Borisov, which showed all signs of being a comet, 1I Oumuamua still is steeped in mystery. Oumuamua, during its pass-by, exhibited no outgassing whatsoever. It was picked up by telescope Pan-STARRS 1 on 10/19/2017 at 1:22 Hawaii time, and it was already shooting past the Earth at that time. The object had an orbital eccentricity of 1.20, which is a very strong orbital eccentricity, sending it on a path through our solar system and then to be shot faster even than 3I back out of our solar system, never to return. Oumuamua traveled at 16.2 miles per second when it was first picked up. However, it suddenly began to speed up without any sign of dust, vapor, or any outgassing whatsoever. The object turned over every 7 hours, tumbling as it went, but the rate at which it tumbled seemed to show an object which could be seemingly impossibly thin. Spitzer Space Telescope locked on it for 30 hours as it passed by. It did during this time show no thermal glow or any other kind of outgassing related to a comet. However, another thing that the Spitzer picked up was that Oumuamua was 10 times more reflective than an average comet, raising the question of whether it might be metallic. At this time, Avi Loeb came out for the primary iteration and said that the object could be alien tech. Other scientists argued with him that it was a dark comet. Comets which have hidden hydrogen deep inside of them that has been frozen by the darkness of space, and which will speed up without much of a sign of outgassing. Avi Loeb, however, would point out that these still had detectable effects, which Oumuamua did not show. Avi Loeb suggested that it could be a radiation sun sail. In order to find out, the government has launched Project Lyra for 2028, when they hope to launch a long-distance probe around our sun and send it barreling at an intense rate after Oumuamua, which it would catch up with in the 2050s, apparently. I only hope that our Oumuamua chasing probe will be programmed to shout at Oumuamua in Gilbert Gottfried's voice when it approaches. Shout things like, "Hey, slow down. Hey, where you going, buddy? Hey, come here a minute. Hold on there, guy." And other such like things. But Oumuamua shot through our solar system, and we barely picked up on it in time to realize it was there at all before it was on its way out. It came from the direction of the Vega star and is shooting out now forever towards the constellation of Pegasus. But 3i Atlas we picked up on a little earlier, and though it may be a comet and shows more signs of being an ordinary comet than Oumuamua did, the timing gives us much more room to study it, and who knows what kind of fascinating things may be found from this ancient interstellar traveler. I personally hope that it's an alien warship, and that it deploys weapons while behind the sun that seek us out and destroy our stupid friggin' planet forever. But unfortunately, the chances of that may not be high. At least, not as high as I am. Oh, hello there. Thank you for listening to the Eternal Podcast of the Broccoladini. The Eternal Podcast of the Broccoladini is brought to you by Zod's Radiation Sunsail Emporium. Zod's Radiation Sunsail Emporium. Get yours cheap. One convenient locations. Only 500,000 astronomical units away, at the heart of the Vega star. Or something like that. Actual amount of astronomical units to the Vega star, not mentioned. But 500,000 sounded like a good amount to me. And unfortunately, that's all the time we have on the show this week. Make sure to check out for more information on 3i Atlas as it passes Mars on October 3rd, when Maven and Tianwen-1 will get some information off of it. And remember to write down the dates: October 29th, when 3i Atlas will skim behind the sun, and December 19th, when 3i Atlas will shoot past Earth. And if you care about Jupiter, March 16th, when 3i Atlas will shoot past Jupiter. Until next time, my friends. Derp.